Hey there guys, I know it's been a while, you can probably tell from our clothing that much has changed. We are here to talk very briefly about our hopes and expectations for tomorrow's Houston Chevron Marathon.
Yeah, you can see their logo.
Yeah.
So, well, you go ahead, it's yours.
Oh, alright, well I will go first this time. So my
The
goal...
race is on January 14th, 2018. And you also get this in-training shirt. Yeah. And then you get an actual finisher shirt when you finish.
Some years we get glasses, right?
And you get a mug tomorrow and a medal and a second medal because we did the 5K and the marathon.
I love it. We're medal whores. Anyway, so my goal for tomorrow is very simple. I don't have my speed anymore, but I have been training. Last year, end of the year, we did all the warm-up series, and then I did a 5K a day in December, and I've been running 4 miles a day today, this month in January. So my goal literally simply is to do 12-minute miles, which is slow with this point that I run the whole marathon at 12 minutes and finish strong, like I did in the last race. I think if you saw the 30K, I actually had a negative split, not by a lot, but somewhat. And I mean, it was a well-timed race. I just want consistency and I want to feel good. So what about you?
Well, to be honest, when we did that last race, the 30K, that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago now, but I hurt my hip pretty bad because those shoes were just horrible. And I didn't do much over Christmas to kind of let that calm down. But when I get to the end, I've been doing short runs just to kind of loosen up. If I wasn't going to train for this, I just wanted to do a little bit, but it's towards the end of it, it starts to hurt, so I'm hoping turnabout, I guess.
Turnabout is fair play, but I'm making folks say, how am I going to train for this? I'm just going to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh no, I qualified for Boston. That's what I'm going to hear tomorrow.
Oh God, no. I don't know. And then my groin's been hurting the past few days too, on my right leg.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So.
That sucks, actually.
Yeah, well, it hurts right now after that 3-mile race this morning. So we'll see. My goal is to finish and hopefully not hurt as bad at the end of it as I did that last one.
I hope not.
Although I would be happy with right around 4 hours, which I think is relatively doable because that Houston half we did a couple months ago, I was
155, right?
Yeah.
That's the race that...
I don't remember exactly.
Or 145. Anyway, that's the race that qualified him for Corral A. I will be in Corral B, which means that even if we started, even though I'm slower than him, it adds like an extra 15 to 20 minutes to my race start, if not more. So, whatever. It's going to be fun.
I think it'll be right a half hour or better.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's 40,000 something people, I think.
See, that's something else to remember, because I'll get discouraged when I see the clock time. But I've got to remember it's chip time, because I didn't get to start like the elites. It's what is it? Wheelchairs, elites, A, B, C, and then D. So that's okay though. It's going to be a good race. It is so cold in Houston right now. Now I know those of you who live other places, you're like, cold. That's shorts weather. I don't care. I'm not a polar bear. I'm not adapted to it. But the good thing about it is that it makes running, it's easier to run in the cold
once you get started.
Once you get started, because it keeps inflammation down, it motivates you, it's just easier. Like today, I thought, God, I'm having a really hard time after mile 1, and then I started shedding gloves and the earmuffs and unzipped my jacket and I was fine again, so.
Alright, that's good. I think we've yammered on long enough for a standalone video.
Yeah, we have. Alright, see you guys with the race report.
Coming up right now.
Right now. married an old woman. All right. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another Monday Runday. So, apologies that last Monday's video went up yesterday. Well, you'll hear why. It was kind of it was a rough week. All right then. So, here we go.
Don't pretend like it's anything that you're just not lazy.
I'm not lazy. We didn't.
I didn't miss any of my videos.
But who does all? Shut up. Anyway, I'm gonna edit that out. Here we go. Houston Marathon finisher, and then the Houston double because we did the 5K the day before. Pretty cool medals. Actually, really nice medals. I don't know if you can see that. I might have to take it off. I'll take it off. Oh. Yeah, it's really colorful, really fun, really nice. And they did the same design on the finisher shirts, which might make it easier for you to see. All right, so
we actually got 3 shirts.
We did.
Swag. Here's they give you a shirt when you finish, a shirt before you start, for whatever reason, and then they give you an in-training shirt, which I think this one's yours. It's very small. Or it might be mine, but anyway.
Yeah, but this one you get at there's an expo they do earlier in the year, and I actually stood in line for like 2 hours at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, it's horrible
to get
the in-training ones.
Yeah, it's actually, and to be fair, normally you go to Memorial Park and there's a lot of fun activities, but
it's like 110 degrees outside.
It is hot, but Hurricane Harvey, so they had to do it indoors. The park wasn't really ready when they had the expo. So, all right, well, we got some cool swag. You want to do your race report first?
Yeah. So I've been going back and forth on this. This was a week ago today, actually. I guess, I don't know, I keep going back and forth between 4.5 and 5 Keanus. I want to take something off for the volunteers being difficult, but, I mean, there's 7,000 of them, so naturally 1 or 2 is going to have a bad day.
Yeah.
So I can't really fault them for that, because 7,000 volunteers and 30,000 something runners or something ridiculous. But the vast majority, there was only 1 or 2 that I had a problem with, but all of them were nice except for those 1 people, and it was at the start of the race, so I guess it doesn't really matter. All the people that were out there cheering you on were great. But the course is the same as it was in previous years, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's changed in a long time.
Pretty cool. You go through downtown Houston, you go through the Galleria area, you run down past some parks and through Heights and through a bunch of cool areas, and yeah, it's a cool course. The roads on this one are a lot better than that 5K. I mean, once you get out of downtown, they take a lot better care of it for some reason.
Well, the Galleria area. And
there's spectators everywhere. I mean, there were gaps between, like, road crossings is usually where they would congregate. I mean, they didn't run out of water or Gatorade or anything or gels. Even by the time she got there, she had more gels than I did.
Oh yeah, they had plenty. It's where you hit the wall at mile 21. They have the Cliff Shot station. They used to hand out beer, but I didn't see any.
I saw about 10 different little local breweries handing out
I
beer.
saw that, but like that year it was like Ultra.
Yeah, they had a Michelob Ultra tent.
They did?
Yeah.
I think by the time I got there, the tent was gone. Shut up.
Maybe. But this one was really difficult because I forgot to train for 3 years. But I got to about mile 13, about 5 minutes slower than the Houston half I did the other few months ago.
The one that got him, that qualified him for A Corral, just so we're clear.
Yeah, and that was good.
Stop eating the fake plants.
Then after I got there, I stopped and took I walked and took off my long sleeve shirt and gloves and got situated, took some Go Juice, and ran 2 miles and walked for a few minutes 3 times, I think, and then that got me to mile 19, and I walked every mile. My hips and groin were killing me. I gotta get some new shoes, but I mean, It was good. I ran it in the last mile. I mean, I kept doing that. I wasn't fine, but I got there. I finished right at about 4:20, 4 hours and 20 minutes. It was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do nearly enough long runs, but it's all good. That's my own fault. I knew I was gonna have a hard time. See, the volunteers were good. All the stuff was good. The convention expo or whatever they call it.
It's disappointing again.
It was. I mean, the first year we went, they would just hand out everything to everybody. It was cool. You got gloves and swag and toys and bracelets and bottles, I think, and all kinds of fun stuff. This time, every single one of them, everyone wants you to give them your name, email address, and mailing address before they'll give you a goddamn, like they'll give you a bracelet or anything. I mean, it's ridiculous. The only free thing we got was they took a picture that they texted you or whatever, and a pair of sunglasses, I believe.
We actually got 3 pairs of sunglasses.
Yeah, but they're just cheap throwaway ones, but still it's nice. Fun. And then I guess the people like Cliff Bar and the weird energy drink things will give you a little sample for free, but they still try and
sell you something.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of stuff, and they have, here's this kind, here, try whatever one you want to try. But yeah, that was my complaint. That and those couple volunteers, but I can't really fault them for that. Everybody's gonna have a bad day.
Speaking of bad days.
Well, yeah, and it was cold, like really cold for Houston, and I was in the A corral, the first one, about halfway back, and it took me 4 minutes and 30 seconds or something to pass the start line. And she'll tell you how long it took her being in D corral, but
yeah,
I don't know. It was a good race. I would have been a little more articulate last weekend, I think, but
yeah, it was a little more fresh.
But once I got done and kind of sat down for about 5 minutes, I was fine. I didn't really get sore. I mean, my hips were a little stiff, but I didn't limp. I didn't get sore. I didn't have any blisters.
That's good.
I had a little chafing on my back where my race belt and my shirt tied around it were rubbed, but that was it. I didn't have any problems. Eventually we'll do our top 5 butt tips to make sure that doesn't happen. So anyway, I guess I'll shut up and stop ranting because it's been a while now.
Okay, so my race did not go well. Technically, I DQ'd because I came in at 6 hours and 15 seconds, which sucks.
That's 15 seconds late.
Oh my god, I played it over in my mind and I've decided to let it go because what else can I do? But this is what happened. So the month of December, I did all of my 5K a day runs, and then I kind of got lax with it, but like I noticed from the warm-up series, I was making improvements. So I felt like I could do a 12-minute mile marathon and come in around 5:17. Which for me would be good considering everything. Well, this is what happened. None of my shoes fit anymore. Like, not just like a little, like my toes are like this. So I went through all these revisions and I kept trying different shoes. I ordered a pair of shoes. Mr. Vincent, please don't do that. He's rubbing up against the camera. I ordered a pair of shoes on December 18th from Zero Shoes. They came in. They were the women's size 11 Prios. They didn't fit. So I sent them back.
Didn't fit. They were
like, so my feet have grown like tremendously. So I was waiting for them to come in. I figure, I've been training on lower shoes. Anyway, they're still not here. It's what is today? January 21st. I ordered them over a month ago. The exchanges are still not here. Like, unless these shoes are amazing, they're going back and I'm going to buy a different brand.
Yeah, sidebar. I emailed them not this Thursday, but the previous Thursday because they didn't have my size in these shoes, and I wanted to ask them if they were just out or if they were going to make extras or what. It took them Thursday. I emailed them like 8 o'clock Thursday morning. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I think Tuesday, like when I was going to bed, they finally replied. It's the worst customer service.
And it's unfortunate because, okay, Mr. Vincent, why are you guys interested in this stuff suddenly? It's unfortunate because I prefer to support local American businesses. I think most people would say that they do. But I sent them back. I called the guy on the 18th, and I said, I just want to check on the shoes. He says, yeah, we got them back on the 10th, but we haven't processed your order. Do you need them? And I sarcastically said, I needed them last weekend for the Houston Marathon, but there you go. Anyway, it's not their fault that I DQ'd, but my point is I had issues with shoes. So what I did is I was training for most of January in a pair of his old shoes that are like men's size 13s.
Yeah, which are, I'm on a 15 now.
He's on a 15 now.
It's like
so
the more you run, the bigger your feet get.
it's tremendously, right? So for the 4 miles a day I was doing in January, I had zero problems. So I was like, okay, this is going to work. So I go out, and I got to mile 10 at 2 hours. So that put me on target. That's exactly what I was looking for. But by mile 6, I knew that something was very, very wrong. Like, my energy was drained. I had more pain than I've ever had running in my life. And so, I mean, I hid in the portable a couple times trying not to cry. Like, I was like, I have to finish this. Like, the motivation, the desire was there, but my body was just wrecked. So, oh, sorry.
I was going to film them while they're sitting here.
Oh, so we can put it, that'd be funny.
But they ran away, so maybe they'll come back.
They'll come back. So it like wrecked. Like when I got to the finish line and I saw him, we had to stop and sit on a table before we could get to the car. Like it was just done. And then my legs were shaking for the rest of the day. So this is what I think happened. At 4 miles it was fine, but so they're the Nike knit from a couple of years ago. And they're not zero drop, they're pretty low. But so for a man, the heel's going to be like this, or for that size, I should say, not just a man, the heel was rather wide. So it was basically like I was running like, I don't know if you can see that, but like this. Heel striking the whole way, and it just wrecked everything. My back, it felt like somebody hit me in the back with a baseball bat. So based on the first half of the race was exactly what I predicted and exactly what I wanted. So I was extremely disappointed. I felt like a complete loser, failure. And the only thing I could do to make myself feel better was we signed up for the marathon next year. Like, yeah. It's on. I can't, like, I wasn't, and the other thing about it too that irritates me is there was a point in the race where I thought I might come in sub 5 because I had such good stamina, I felt good, and my speed. But it's like after the half marathon, it hurt to run so bad. And that just, I didn't realize it was the shoes, honestly, until mile 20. And I think it's because I was just so focused. But I was like, should I take them off and run barefoot? Like, there's no way you could do that without cutting your feet to pieces, even with socks on. So, like you play it over in your mind, man, if I just run a little bit more toward the end, I would have come in under 6 hours. But whatever, I did it. I got out there. I'm glad that I did. I wish I just taped my feet up and worn my small shoes because I didn't have any blisters, but my body was just beat to shit. As far as the race goes, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I don't remember anything positive after the half marathon. Nothing. I was just in pain. I ran into a friend from my teaching career, and I kind of ran with them for a while, and that alleviated the mental suffering. But yeah, it just sucked.
How long did it take you to cross the finish line? The start line?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. All I remember is the last part of the race. So I was in Corral D, and normally they have Corral E. Corral D was too small for people. It was like you had the corral, and then you had this whole line of people to the side waiting to get in. I didn't get to the start line until 7:50. So I was out there for almost an hour, and actually I was there for an hour. I went out at 6:50 because I wanted to hear the national anthem and the gun go off for the wheelchair start, because I love the festivities. You couldn't hear it from back there. You couldn't hear shit. No.
Uh-huh.
Mine is from the English.
Buddy.
Yeah, I was going to make up some epistemological garbage. Anyway, you said GD. I just said Anyway. So anyway, that sucked. Like, standing out there that long, I don't mind. Last time we ran it, I was in Corral C. And the way that they did it is it was like the 4 cross streets that fed into the chute. That's not how they did it this time. A and B were like that. But C and D were like this. So you're like, I don't know, what were we, like 5 or 6 blocks from the start line, so you couldn't hear anything. And half the fun of the race is the start of it, where they do the national anthem, and then you have the wheelchair start, and they honor people. Like, Mattress Mac For those of you who don't know Houston, Mattress Mac is an entrepreneur. He sells beds and furniture and home furnishing type things. During Hurricane Harvey, when Joel Osteen wouldn't open his church because it flooded, which by the way is a lie, Mattress Mac lost inventory because he would let people come in soaking wet, disgusting, including first responders, and let them sleep in the warehouses. Like, the man is...
When his house had 3 feet of water in it, he got up and went and got his trucks out and sent everybody to go rescue people.
Yeah.
To his store.
Yeah, his house actually flooded. Like, so, like, the man is just, you can't do better. Like, he is a, what do you call it? He's an icon. He's first of all, he is an icon in Houston. If you grew up here, you know, Gallery Furniture saves you money today.
Yeah,
like, you know the
screaming
commercial.
old guy.
You know the commercial. But then after Harvey, just seeing the way he responded, like, it's just, oh, and then the Astros won the World Series, so everybody who bought furniture from him under this little deal got their furniture for free. I mean, you can't do better than this man. He spoke at the opening of the Houston Marathon, and I couldn't hear it. Like, come on now. So anyway, those are my complaints there, and they needed a Corral E, because if someone had, and I don't mean to be that person, but if someone had done like a terrorist attack or driven into like Corral D, there was no place for us to go. It really is a fire hazard. It really is unsafe. All those people would have been pinned on the building. Like, not to think that way, but let's be honest, like, this is the world we live in. You know, you can't see that many people in a crowd and not ask yourself, did somebody plan something for today? But I just think it would have been safer if they had
I didn't think that at all. I will now.
Seriously, after Boston and the
It didn't occur.
the Christmas thing in Germany, people were out there enjoying
Okay,
it.
I thought we were talking about running.
Anyway. Oh, I'm the one. Anyway, lessons learned, lots of good points. I'm not sorry that I did it, even though I DQ'd. So yeah.
Yeah, it was
signed
a pretty
up
good
for next
race. Obviously, we're going to do it again. That'll be the 3rd time we've done the marathon and the 4th time we've done the 5K, because we petered out in 2016 and just said the hell with it.
Yeah.
Which was probably a good choice, because I trained even less then than I did this time.
Yeah, I was mentally ready for that race, but you know.
But this medal, just to be clear, it says Houston, it says a marathon, and on the back it says, on January 14th I finished the 2018 Chevron Houston Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has everything you need.
It's a good
And
medal.
then this double thing has the various things engraved on the back.
Yeah, and it
for what she
says
did.
Chevron Houston Marathon Race Weekend.
Yeah. So whenever she does her medal showcase video, you can see the various through the years.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I should do that before I pack them up.
Yes, you should. Anyway,
Let us know what you think.
rant over. Yeah, come to Houston. It's pretty fun.
It's a great race. You can't do better. We should talk briefly. They set people up so like that you have, and other races do this too. So, but you go through, like, we ran past the Pretenders. We saw an Elvis. There was a guy, a magician with no shoes on. I was like, why are you doing that in Houston? But whatever. It was really cold. It was really cold. Sage Canaday was there. Unfortunately, missed his goal by 50 seconds.
He's trying to qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah.
I think he had to get 2:19. He got 2:19.50.
Yeah, so I'm with you. You didn't make your goal by 50 seconds. I didn't make mine by 15. I'm sure it's totally the same.
I think he came in 9th.
Wow.
9th, he said. Yeah.
Yeah. He was finished with his race before I hit the half marathon point.
Yeah, he was halfway done before he even got out of the start line.
Well, that's a good point. I said that to someone in D-Curl. I said, I just want you to know, at 7:45, most of the elites are at mile 7 right now. But anyway.
Further than that,
5-minute miles at...
10.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think we've rambled on for about 15 minutes now, so...
Yeah. But I'm excited about the coming running. We're revamping our running goals for this year.
We'll talk about that in another video, I think.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
don't want to rant on for too long because people are bored now. The only one watching is your dad.
And Lauren Kelly watches it. Hi, Lauren.
I'd be surprised if even she's watching it this long, because I would have turned it off by now.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.